Did you know the average person in their 30s carries over $60,000 in non-mortgage debt? That's a staggering number, and it's not just one thing. It's a toxic cocktail of high-interest credit card balances, hefty car payments, and the relentless weight of student loans that followed them from their 20s. Each payment feels like you're just treading water, barely keeping your head above the surface while your future financial freedom drifts further and further away. This isn't just a statistic, it's a silent crisis. It shows how so many hard-working people are unknowingly sabotaging their financial future. Every dollar paid in interest is a dollar that isn't being invested, isn't growing, and isn't working to build the life you actually want. It's a wealth-destroying machine working against you 24/7. And here's the hard truth. Your 30s are, without a doubt, the most critical decade for building wealth. This is the make-or-break period. Why? Because you're likely entering your peak earning years, with your salary finally starting to reflect your skills and experience. But at the exact same time, you feel immense pressure to upgrade your lifestyle. The pressure is everywhere. To buy a house, lease a new car, take expensive vacations, and generally keep up with the highlight reels your peers are posting online. It's a financial minefield disguised as the good life. One wrong step, one bad decision fueled by emotion or social pressure can set you back for decades, costing you hundreds of thousands, if not millions, in lost growth. So, the question is, are you making some of these common yet devastating money mistakes without even realizing it? In this video, I'm going to break down the 8 biggest money traps people fall into in their 30s. But we're not stopping there. More importantly, for each trap, I'm going to give you a simple, step-by-step playbook to fix it. Starting today. These are clear, actionable moves you can implement immediately to take back control of your money and point your financial future in the right direction. The stakes are incredibly high. Avoiding just one of these mistakes could be the difference between retiring a millionaire with choices and freedom, or being forced to work well into your 70s, stuck in a cycle of financial stress. This is your chance to get ahead. So grab a pen and paper, or open up a notes app. You're going to want to remember this. Let's get right into it. Let's dive into the first and most destructive wealth trap: high-interest debt. We're talking about credit cards, payday loans, and personal loans with interest rates that feel designed to keep you down. Carrying a balance with an 18% to 25% annual percentage rate, or APR, is like trying to swim upstream in a powerful waterfall. You work incredibly hard, making your payments on time, but the current keeps pulling you back. That's because with interest compounding daily, your balance can actually grow even as you're paying it down. You're working hard just to stay in place, or worse, you get pulled under by the sheer force of the debt. Let's be crystal clear. You cannot build significant wealth while you are simultaneously paying someone else a guaranteed 20% return on their money. Every dollar you send to the credit card company is a dollar that isn't working for you, a dollar that isn't compounding in your own investment accounts. It's a massive opportunity cost, and don't let the perks fool you. Those 1% cashback rewards and travel points are a drop in the ocean compared to the tsunami of compounding interest working against you. They are designed to encourage spending, not to save you money. So, what's the action plan? Step 1 is to stop digging the hole deeper. This means creating real barriers to new debt. Freeze your credit cards in a block of ice if you have to. Delete saved card information from online stores. Then, call your credit card companies and ask for an APR reduction. The worst they can say is no. A balance transfer to a 0% introductory APR card can be a powerful tool, but be cautious. Have a plan to pay it off before the intro period ends, or you could end up right back where you started. Now, let's talk strategy. Imagine you have $10,000 in credit card debt at a 22% APR. If you only make minimum payments, You could be in debt for over 20 years and pay more than $15,000 in interest alone. It's a financial prison. Instead, you need a focused payoff method. The two most popular are the avalanche and the snowball. The avalanche method is mathematically optimal. You make minimum payments on all debts, but throw every extra dollar at the debt with the highest interest rate. This saves you the most money in the long run. The snowball method focuses on behavior. You attack the smallest debt balance first, regardless of interest rate. When it's paid off, you get a quick, powerful psychological win, and you roll that payment into the next smallest debt. Pick the one you'll actually stick with. Consistency is more important than perfection. To fuel your chosen method, you need to free up cash. Go through your bank statements with a fine-tooth comb, cut subscriptions you don't use, commit to eating out less, and look for opportunities to add side income. Then, throw every single extra dollar at your highest priority debt. Make eliminating high-interest debt your absolute #1 financial priority, even before you start investing heavily. A guaranteed 22% return by paying off debt is a return you can't beat in the market. Trap 2. Turning down free money. This happens every single day when people fail to contribute enough to their 401k to get the full employer match. If your company offers a dollar-for-dollar match up to, say, 5% of your salary, that is a guaranteed, instantaneous 100% return on your money. There is no other investment on earth that offers this. Not contributing enough to get the full match is like taking part of your paycheck and setting it on fire. Your immediate action item is to log into your company's HR or benefits portal right now. Find your retirement contribution settings and set your contribution percentage to at least the full match amount. If they match 5%, you contribute 5%. If they match 3%, you contribute 3%. Do not leave this free money on the table. And a quick note on vesting. Vesting is the period of time you need to work at the company before the money your employer contributed is truly yours. It might be immediate, or it might take a few years. It's crucial to know your vesting schedule, but it should never stop you from contributing to get the match. Once you've secured the match, put your progress on autopilot. Use a strategy called automating your raises. Every time you get a pay raise or a bonus, immediately go in and increase your retirement contribution by 1% or 2%. You were already living without that money, so you won't even feel the difference in your take-home pay. This simple habit painlessly ramps up your savings rate over time. If your finances allow, your long-term goal should be to work toward maxing out your tax-advantaged retirement accounts, like your 401k and a Roth or traditional IRA. And within those accounts, keep it simple. You don't need to be a stock-picking genius. Broad, low-cost index funds that track the entire market are often the best choice for the vast majority of people. This brings us to trap number 3, operating without an emergency fund. This is the financial equivalent of walking a tightrope 100 feet in the air without a safety net. You might be fine for a while, but one unexpected gust of wind will lead to disaster. In life, that gust of wind is inevitable. It's not a matter of if, but when. One single unforeseen event, a sudden job loss, an unexpected medical bill, a major car repair, a leaking roof, can throw your entire financial plan into chaos. Without a cash cushion, your only options are to halt your progress, or worse, go right back into high-interest debt to cover the cost. Your safety net is an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months' worth of essential living expenses. I want to emphasize essential. This isn't 3 to 6 months of your full income. It's the bare-bones budget you'd need to keep the lights on and food on the table. Calculate your monthly cost for housing, utilities, food, transportation, and insurance, and multiply that by your target number of months. This money does not belong in your checking account where it can be accidentally spent. It needs to be liquid and safe, but separate. The ideal place is a high-yield savings account. It's FDIC insured, easily accessible within a day or two, and it will earn some interest to help combat inflation, unlike a traditional savings account. The key to building it is automation. Set up an automatic transfer from your checking to your high-yield savings account for every payday. Even if you can only start with $25 a week, start. The habit and consistency are what matter most. Build it relentlessly until you hit your goal. And once it's funded, you must guard it fiercely. A weekend trip is not an emergency. A new phone is not an emergency. Use it only for true, unforeseen emergencies that would otherwise force you into debt. Finally, we arrive at trap number 4, a subtle mistake that costs aspiring investors a fortune, waiting for the perfect moment to invest. People sit on the sidelines, cash in hand, paralyzed by fear of a market crash or trying to perfectly time the bottom. Here's the problem. Market timing is a fool's errand. Study after study shows that missing just a handful of the market's best-performing days can absolutely slash your long-term returns. And ironically, many of those best days happen during periods of high volatility right after the worst days, the exact times when fearful investors are sitting on the sidelines. The old saying is true, it's about time in the market, not timing the market. The simple, powerful solution to this paralysis is a strategy called dollar cost averaging, or DCA. It's the opposite of market timing. You simply invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, say $200 every month, regardless of what the market is doing. This is done automatically. This automation removes emotion and guesswork from the equation. When the market is down and prices are low, your fixed dollar amount automatically buys more shares. When the market is up and prices are pricey, you naturally buy fewer shares. Over the long term, this smooths out your purchase price and ensures you're buying consistently, without ever having to guess where the market is headed next. Combine DCA with simple, low-cost index funds, and you have a robust, time-tested strategy for building wealth. Let the system work for you, and let time and compounding do the heavy lifting. The perfect day to start investing was yesterday. The second best day is today. Stop waiting. Start now. So let's do a quick recap of our action plans so far. 1. Aggressively kill all high-interest debt using a focused strategy. 2. Immediately capture your full employer 401k match. 3. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund in a separate high-yield savings account. And 4. Automate your investing through dollar cost averaging to defeat the temptation of market timing. Mastering these 4 steps builds an incredibly strong financial foundation. But there are more subtle traps ahead. Coming up next, we'll expose the sneakiest budget killer of them all, one that can silently sabotage your progress even when you get a raise. And I'll show you a simple rule for how to make sure every raise you get actually builds your wealth, instead of just disappearing into thin air. Stay with me. Alright, let's dive into our next major wealth-building obstacle. Trap 5, lifestyle inflation. This is the subtle, almost invisible tendency for our spending to rise right alongside our income. You get a promotion, a raise, or a bonus, and almost unconsciously, your expenses expand to consume it. It's a phenomenon sometimes called Parkinson's law of money. Expenses rise to meet income. It feels natural, like you've earned the right to upgrade your life, and you have. But without a plan, those upgrades can sabotage your long-term financial freedom. A raise should be a powerful accelerator for your wealth, a tool to fast-track your journey to financial independence. But when lifestyle inflation takes hold, that extra money doesn't build your future. It just disappears into a slightly nicer car, a bigger apartment, more frequent dinners out, or more expensive subscriptions. The result? Even with a higher income, you're not actually getting ahead. This is the critical metric to watch. If your savings rate, the percentage of your income you save, doesn't rise with your income, your net worth stalls. You might feel richer because you're spending more, but on paper, your financial position isn't improving. You're simply upgrading your position on the hamster wheel. And let's be clear, a fancier hamster wheel, one with leather seats and a sunroof, is still a hamster wheel. You're still running just to keep up, but now your baseline cost of living is higher, making it even more difficult to step off or weather a financial storm. So how do we fix this? The foundation is simple but non-negotiable. Have a budget. You can't manage what you don't measure. A budget isn't about restriction, it's about intention. It's the act of giving every single dollar a job to do before the month begins, so you're in control. Whether you use a 50-30-20 framework, a zero-based budget, or a simple spreadsheet, the goal is clarity. With that budget in place, you can implement a powerful strategy. Adopt the save half rule for all new income, like raises and bonuses. It's exactly what it sounds like. For every new after-tax dollar you earn, you commit to saving at least half of it. Let's run a quick scenario. Say you get a raise that adds $500 to your monthly take-home pay. With the save half rule, you immediately allocate $250 of that to your savings or investments. The other $250, that's yours to enjoy guilt-free. Upgrade your lifestyle a bit, enjoy a nicer meal, or put it towards a fun purchase. This creates a brilliant balance. You get an immediate reward for your hard work while simultaneously turbocharging your savings. The key is to automate it. Set up an automatic transfer. The moment you know your new pay amount, adjust your automated savings so that at least half of that new money is directed straight to your high-yield savings or investment accounts before it even has a chance to land in your checking account. Out of sight, out of mind. Do this consistently with every raise, every bonus, every side hustle income, and your savings rate will climb fast. You'll be building wealth exponentially while still enjoying the fruits of your labor. Now for trap number 6, and this one is about protecting everything you're working so hard to build. The trap is not protecting your income and your loved ones with insurance and a basic estate plan. Building wealth is one thing, safeguarding it is another. A single unexpected event, an accident, an illness, or a death can wipe out years of financial progress if you're unprepared. This isn't just for the ultra-wealthy, it's a fundamental responsibility for every adult. Let's start with life insurance. If someone, a spouse, a child, a dependent parent, relies on your income, you need it. For most people, term life insurance is the most logical and affordable choice. Unlike complex whole-life policies that bundle in a costly, low-return investment component, term life is pure, simple protection. You buy a policy for a specific term, often 20 or 30 years, that provides a death benefit if you pass away during that time. The goal is to have enough coverage to pay off all debts, like your mortgage, and replace your income for a number of years so your family can maintain their standard of living. Next, disability insurance. This is the one most people overlook, but statistically, you're far more likely to become disabled during your working years than you are to die. Disability insurance is income insurance. If you get sick or injured and can't work, it pays you a monthly benefit. Your goal should be to have a policy that covers approximately 60% of your gross income. Many employers offer group disability plans, which are a great start, but often they aren't enough. Consider supplementing with a private policy to close any gaps. Finally, a basic estate plan. This sounds intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. At a minimum, this means creating a simple will to dictate where your assets go and who would become guardian to any minor children. It also includes creating healthcare directives, like a living will and a healthcare power of attorney, which specify your wishes for medical treatment if you're unable to communicate them yourself. For straightforward situations, you can use reputable online services to create these documents affordably. And here's a crucial 5-minute task that can save your family a world of trouble. Update the beneficiaries on every single one of your financial accounts. This includes your 401k, IRAs, brokerage accounts, bank accounts, and life insurance policies. Naming a beneficiary allows that money to pass directly to the person you choose, completely bypassing the slow and expensive court process known as probate. Check them now and recheck them after any major life event like a marriage, divorce, or birth of a child. I know this sounds like a lot of grim, administrative work, but a single weekend dedicated to setting this up can spare your family enormous financial and emotional stress during what would already be the most difficult time of their lives. It's an act of love and responsibility. So here's your homework for this section. First, if you have dependents, go online and get a free term life insurance quote today. Just see what it costs. Second, log into your work benefits portal and confirm your disability coverage. See what percentage of your income it covers. Third, commit to completing a will and healthcare directives this month. And finally, log into every financial account you own and verify that your beneficiary information is correct and up to date. Now that we've covered how to protect your wealth, let's move on to the single most important number you need to track on your financial journey. Next up, the metric that keeps you on track. Trap 7. Not tracking your net worth or goals. Calculate it monthly. It's your ultimate scoreboard. Use a simple spreadsheet or a free app to link accounts and see progress. Set specific goals like net worth by age, debt payoff dates, and savings milestones. Review monthly in under 30 minutes to stay focused. Trap 8. Stretching for a house that suffocates your finances. Renting isn't throwing money away. Owning adds taxes, insurance, maintenance, and repairs. Use the 28-36 rule or aim for 20-25% of gross income for housing. Big surprises happen. Budget for them. Don't let banks or emotions set your price. Your budget does. Before buying, clear high-interest debt, fully fund your emergency reserve, invest for retirement, and save 20% down. Rent strategically until you can buy the right house without becoming house poor. Recap. Fight lifestyle creep. Protect with insurance and a will. Track net worth. Be smart on housing. So there you have it, the 8 biggest money traps that can derail your 30s. We covered debt, retirement accounts, emergency funds, market timing, lifestyle creep, protection, tracking, and housing. Don't get overwhelmed. Pick one area this week, make one small positive change, then build momentum. Your 30s are a decade of massive opportunity. Habits you build now compound for decades. This isn't just about money. It's about options and less stress. If this helped, please smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe for weekly personal finance tips. Which mistake surprised you most, or which will you tackle first? Comment below. Thanks for watching. I read every comment. Watch next. How to build a $1 million retirement fund from scratch, and the ultimate budgeting guide for beginners.